Dr. Tiffany Lamond, and I am going to spend a little time today talking to you about how to strengthen your feet. So I'm going to take off my shoes real quick, and if you guys have watched some of my other videos, you know that I really love to see you doing this kind of stuff outside in the grass or sand or gravel, because I'd love for you to get your feet on the ground. But so the grass is fairly long, so I'm gonna have Taylor come in close. So first thing I want you to do is I want you to try and get, can you see me? We'll talk here and then we'll go down there. But so I want to work on strengthening the muscles between the bones and on the arches of the foot. So culturally in America, we wear shoes forever. And by the way, I'm sorry about the road noise. Look, I'm a busy doctor. I gotta fit this stuff in where I can, so hopefully you'll show me some grace. But in America, we wear shoes pretty much from like birth on. Some people put shoes on babies before they can even walk. So often Americans have really, really weak feet. A lot of people who come into me, their feet are exceptionally weak and they have no dexterity in their toes. And I want you to think of your toes kind of like little baby fingers. Your toes actually have a purpose. They're supposed to help you balance, to help push off. But a lot of people, their toes, they don't really do anything. They can't even move them really independent of one another. So to start with, I'm gonna give you, I call this toe yoga. I don't know why I call it that, but it works. So if you come in close to my feet, and no making fun of my feet, people. I don't know if I have kind of ugly feet. So our first thing I want you to do is try and pick up your big toes, but keep your little toes down. Got a little dirt on me. Like that. And then try and pick up your little toes without picking up your big toes, but do all of this without rolling your arches in and out. What I typically see is people do this if they want to bring up their outside toes, and this if they want to bring up their inside toes, which is cheating, of course. So back, and then you can start to work on your speed. Back and forth, back and forth. Then you can do 1 foot separate and then 1 foot separate to work on your coordination. The next exercise I'm going to give you is an arch exercise. So I'm going to turn my foot sideways just so you can see it, but I really want you to do it in a normal stance. So what people typically do is they claw their toes like this. They curl their toes underneath when they try and do this exercise. What I'm really looking for is an arch lift. So your big toe should really be straight from here to here. And as you push it down, it makes your middle arch come up higher. You should feel almost like a tightening or a cramping sensation down here in the arch of the foot. So this motion up, like that. You'll notice if I turn my left foot is not as, oh, actually that was pretty good, but my left foot generally is not as coordinated as my right. But recently I've been doing a little bit more walking barefoot on sand and grass, and I feel like my left foot has caught up a little bit with my right foot. So because each person and patient has their own unique circumstances, whether that has to do with their foot injuries, their foot shapes, all the anatomy and kinesiology that goes along with what contributes to foot pain, you may really want to seek out the advice of a skilled and experienced medical provider in that area. So I'm happy to help people if they want to call, make an appointment in my office, and or do a telehealth appointment. But that said, you know, you may have someone really skilled near you that you can expand on these concepts, whether it's the right types of shoes, running technique or walking technique, which is a subject that no one talks about. And it's one of the few things, like in sports, you play soccer, you get instruction and they give you, they give you techniques for basic skills. In running, they're like, run. And then no one ever tells you that you're doing something really crazy in the way that you're running, or that there's a technique to that that's most beneficial. Or do you know about orthotics? Are they right for you? Are they not right for you? What type of orthotics would be right for you? One of the things that we do in our clinic, and I'm sure there's lots of other clinics that do the same thing, is doing a running analysis to see, what are you doing individually, and does that align with the best research available to date and your anatomy and physiology. So for example, when we do a running analysis, we are actually having someone on a treadmill and we do a slow motion video analysis, 3 views from the back and 1 view from the side, and then we do a pace count and we look at their foot placement. We do it what's called shod, which is shoes on, and then we do it barefoot as well. So that information is really helpful to analyze, are you having certain restrictions or deficits or weakness in certain areas? Are there actual running techniques in terms of cadence or foot strike that can be adjusted? So each human is an individual, as I've mentioned before, but I hope today we gave you some ideas of some general foot strengthening that might, there's a little crow that just went by, some general foot strengthening that might help most people, and don't use this as a substitution for appropriate medical advice, and this is just for educational and entertainment purposes.